Hello, everyone. This is Malika Manina, your Trulogy podcast creator. And I will tell you this today, I am so excited for my very first episode of season 2. And I know you guys have been waiting, and the wait is so much worth it because today I have with me Theia T.
Hey.
Normally, traditionally, I know you see on these podcasts, people have bios and they start reading off the bios or they memorize certain points about the people, but we are unorthodox here at the Trulogy podcast. And so, what more fitting way than for someone to introduce themselves because she know all about herself. So today she's going to tell you a little bit about Theia T.
Okay, so I am Theia T. I am a mom. I am an author. I am definitely a daughter of the king, and that's the most important title that I have. So, I'm pretty much your everyday girl, except I do the most. Like I have a business. I'm Seaux Leaux Beauty, what I call CEO. I'm a girl CEO. So, and
I love
thank you.
Seaux
This is
Leaux.
one of my biggest customers right here. She just went through some lashes on real quick.
Of course.
So
Had to.
yeah,
Had to. And since we're talking about your lashes,
let's talk about
baby,
it.
let me tell you, you have to get these lashes.
Let's talk about it.
Look at this beautiful box. And she has launched something new
Yeah.
with this box that's not in my other box. So tell them about that.
So I decided that, of course, the outer appearance makes you feel better. There's psychology on it. If you look better, you feel better. But I needed people to know the importance of your true identity and where your true beauty comes from. And so I decided, why not incorporate God into every area of my life? I cannot compartmentalize God because He controls everything in my life. And so we've added in the boxes a beautiful scripture to remind you. And then it's not just about your beautiful face, but your life. The scripture is Ecclesiastes 3:11, and it says, He is making everything beautiful in His timing.
Yes, He is.
And so I made the girls make a promise. Anytime you open it, don't just throw your lashes on. Make sure you look in that mirror and
declare that.
Declare that.
This is a great motivation. You know, when you're cleaning your face in the morning, you get ready to put your lashes on, you're reminded that God is making everything beautiful.
Amen.
Right? And that's including you. And so you have to get your version of these lashes. They come in different sizes. So I've chosen the Pro Lux kit, but for the natural ladies who just kind of want to be, smaller lashes, then she has
the Lux kit. So I'll open it.
So Pro Lux and Lux. And you have 3 pairs of lashes. You have your tweezers. And you have your glue. And then what's so great about your lashes, as opposed to just buying individual lashes or strip lashes from the hair store? Tell me what is different about your lashes in this application.
So this was created with the woman on the go in mind, because it is more of an easy glam. Like, if you know how to put on eyeliner, you know how to put on these lashes. So essentially, if you are someone who's busy, you're a businesswoman, you're a woman that's in her career, you could just throw your liner on and pop these on and head out the door within 5 minutes and you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
They're also safer, so you're not putting glue by your eye. There's iron oxide in it, so the magnets just kind of like pull in. That's what makes it easy.
That when I was putting them on. So just a few seconds, with your fan, and then you just put them there. It's almost like it
pulls in.
It pulls in and goes into place.
It's magnetic, just like you.
I love it, like you, girl. I love her. And so if you have not tried these lashes, tell them how they could get them.
So right now you can go to, when is this going to air? Depends.
You know, in a couple weeks, in a week.
Okay, so you can go to SeauxLouxBeauty.com in a couple weeks. Right now, I have people DMing me, texting me, and all of my information is on Seaux Leaux Beauty Instagram. So people have been DMing me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, you heard her Instagram tag. So Lux, go ahead and spell it for him.
SeauxLuxe Beauty, Beauty. So it's a Louisiana thing, you know, French Cajun type thing.
So Lux, you better get you some, girl. And when you do, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with everybody that you know. And make sure to go to her Instagram page, take a picture, and let her know how much you love the lashes.
Tag us,
Yeah,
definitely.
make sure you
We
tag
want
us.
everybody to be uplifted. We want everybody to be affirmed. We want everybody to feel and look beautiful inside and out. So
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so we know that you're a mom. We know now that you're a writer. We also know that you're an entrepreneur. All right. And so what I know also is that you love fashion.
I do.
And I know that you a lover of God, that you a guy
Most
girl.
definitely.
Right.
Most definitely.
And that's where we connected.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where we connected. So let's just talk about fashion a little bit.
Okay.
Like, what inspires your daily look from day to day? Because I know a lot of people may see you on Insta and they're like, "Oh, that's cute," and they wonder, like, where does she shop, or what gives you the inspiration to do, you know, and put together the outfits that you choose?
Girl, it's like my outlet. It's like journaling for me, like mixing and matching pieces, and you'll be surprised. Like, I'm a girl. You don't have to put me on a brand. I can mix and match pieces. It's the same with my house. Like, I have Z Gallery, and I have Home Goods, and I have Target. Like, I have everything. So pretty much I will go thrift shopping. I shop online. I shop JC Penney.
I love thrifting.
Do you understand?
Estate
So
sales.
I don't know. It's really like an innate thing. I think my grandmother was very fashionable.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to wear these little flower pins in my hair to school. Like, anybody that knows me from high school knows this. And my grandma knocked on my door one day and she was like, "Can I use your hair flower as a brooch?" And she used to wear heels at like 70-something years old. So it really is something that was just passed down, I guess. Yeah.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Thank you.
So, if there was something that you could tell the people that's really unique about you, that is not something that they could gather from just seeing your social media, or they're not up close and personal with you, you know, like your family and your close friends are, what is something that you could tell them about yourself that's a fun fact?
Girl. I feel like one thing, like, people usually perceive me as pretty timid, and I am. Like, I'm an introvert in big settings, but in my close personal circle, I'm very much an extrovert, and I'm, according to other people, very funny, and so I provide comedic relief often. So, for real,
You have already today.
and people are always like, "Girl, you are so funny."
She's
and
telling the truth, y'all.
So I have 3 brothers. We always crack, you know, when they call it ribbing. We're always ribbing each other. And I enjoy singing, and people who know me know that as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are things that people who know me know that.
Okay, so what's something that makes you laugh lately? Like, you read something or you saw something and, you know, you just get a real case of the giggles.
Girl,
What is something that you read or saw?
I'm goofy. Listen, I recently, they bought, so at my job, they decided to get us uniforms, right? And so I'm thinking, you know, a large is what I'm going to get, like a large in ladies. So I try on the uniform and I'm wearing it and I'm driving. I'm like, this must be a large in gorilla, because, like, why is it so big? It can't be a
gorilla.
large in girls. It got to be a large in gorilla.
Not
So
gorilla.
I say funny stuff like that to myself all the time and be crying, laughing by myself.
yourself?
every time.
By yourself.
I'm so sad. I might text it and share it with somebody else because I think it's so funny, and they don't laugh because they're not there in the moment. But
But it was funny to you.
It was funny to me. It's always funny to me.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Even now, our large and girl.
Yeah, it couldn't have been girls. It was hanging visibly, like it was bag. It looked like a garbage bag on me. So I was like, this is not girls. It was unisex. Yeah. So
you have to go size down.
Yeah.
Definitely have to size down. Okay, so I heard you say your job.
Yeah.
So full-time entrepreneur? No.
No, I'm not. So my job is so that it's to fund my full-time entrepreneurial endeavors. That was a lot of syllables.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you do in your long-term life?
My 9 to 5 is I'm working. Well, should I say where I'm working at?
You can say what you do.
So I'm in administration.
Administration.
Yes, administration.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you like getting things together and organized, and you like paperwork?
I don't like paperwork. It's more this. To be honest with you, this is the first time I'm working something that I don't have to really utilize my mental capacity that much, and so I'm enjoying that because I'm normally in like supervisory roles and manager. Like I'm just kind of laying back and
must be nice.
Basic. Yeah, it's not gonna last long though. I have to get back to me, but it's a nice break, and also I'm able to fund things the way I need to in order to get back to where I need to be. Yep.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, glad you were able to fund things because I don't know what I'd do without these lashes.
Yeah, I gotta get it back going, girl.
Get it back going.
Yeah.
What's next for Seaux Leaux Beauty?
So next, and you said it like my mom says it. It's not Seaux Leaux Beauty. That's my Instagram name, Seaux Leaux Theia. It's Seaux Lux.
Seaux Lux. Where did I get Seaux Leaux?
That's my Instagram name.
It
Seaux Leaux Theia.
Seaux Leaux Theia.
Yeah.
That's where I got that from.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that could be interpreted however people want to interpret it. So I just put out there Seaux Leaux Theia.
Seaux Leaux.
Yeah.
You'll catch that when you get home, baby.
You catch it later. But you're so funny. I told you I'm goofy. Anyway, so what was it that you had? Oh, what's next for Seaux Leaux Beauty?
Yeah.
So we're bringing back. Of course, I told you I want to incorporate Christ and everything.
Yes.
And so we're bringing everything back, but we're ensuring that we incorporate that in, and also we want to bring back our lippies that everybody loved and sold out instantly. You know, the nudes, the reds, all of, you know.
I never tried your lippy, but I heard Danielle Stephens talking about
Really?
your lippy and how awesome it was.
Yes. The girls love the nude.
I believe she was the first person I heard mention it. Maybe you had did her makeup or something, and she had that lip, and she said something about the lip. I think it was while we were singing together.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely. So I've done Danielle's makeup numerous times, and most definitely always use Seaux Leaux Beauty.
Shout out to Danielle Stephens, the singing
Hey,
Realtor.
Yeah.
Number 1 Realtor.
Yes.
Love you, girl.
Gospel artist.
Gospel artist.
Doing all kind of things.
Thy will be done.
Hey.
Hey.
Thy will be
done.
Hey.
Blessed is the one who believes that God will fulfill the promises he keeps. I believe it, cause he said it. When he performs it, I will see it. Ain't no doubt in my mind, cause every time he comes through, it's clutch all the time. My faith can't be shaken, not I. He's come through too much for me not to bless him all the time. Give us this day our daily bread and lead us not. That's what you said, but deliver
Share. Whenever I tell you, if you didn't know, now you know. Thy Will Be Done is so hot. Again, kudos to Danielle Stephens for singing the Our Father prayer.
Yes.
We had to just shout her out. I couldn't let this episode end without shouting her out.
For sure.
Especially after talking about that lippy. She was in my heart. So,
Yeah.
you know, when you kind of think about something, you just got to do it.
Let it go.
You just got to let it go. I told y'all we're going to be doing some unorthodox things here on the Trulogy podcast, honey. It's going down.
Here for it.
Yes, yes. Let's talk about life as a woman. Because being a woman, girl, that sometimes, you know, sometimes I'm over it. You know? Sometimes I feel like it's a little overrated. Or sometimes I even feel like, come on, give me my props and my respect. Put some respect on my name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we don't have it easy.
No.
Being a woman is not easy.
It's not.
Like, let's talk about being a woman and boundaries. Hey, when I tell you, who would have even thought about being that creative with the Our Father prayer?
Yes.
That is just so cool to me.
You gonna pray whether you want to or not. I love it.
Listen, if you don't know the Our Father prayer, first of all, it has such a catchy, jazzy, hip-hop-ish, swing kind of feel, everything like mixed together, and it has that little vibe that just make you want to move. And then you, before you know it, you're saying the words and you praying.
Didn't even know it.
Didn't even know you was praying. I thought that was genius.
That was.
Then you kiss your brain, girl.
Yes. That's so funny.
I love it. Let's talk about being a woman.
Yes.
Right? Let's talk about being a woman. Let's talk about boundaries. Let's talk about all of those things. You know, from day to day, sometimes life be lifing. And I've heard women referred to as just doing too much or doing the most. But when you think about it, baby, we have to do the most all the time because we have the most things to do.
We do.
Hello.
Our role is crazy important. One of my favorite boundaries that I've implemented within the last few months is going to sleep at 7 p.m. And
no matter what.
No matter what. And
how did you discipline yourself to make sure that you go to bed at 7 p.m.?
Girl, I literally will drop any and everything. Like, my friends and family know, don't call. Everybody's trained now. There are people, you know, if you meet new people in your life and they're like, oh, I want to hang out or I want to take you to dinner or something like that because I am single. And I have to explain how my wellness is a priority right now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's my favorite. I look so forward to like 6:30 when I'm winding down to get ready for bed. It's the best.
It's the best.
It's
wow.
the best.
I want to be able to do that. I'm just not that disciplined to go to bed.
You can.
First of all, I lay in bed and then my mind is still racing on things that I need to do. And I have to learn how to not feel guilty for, you know, just winding down and not doing anything. I feel guilty when I'm not doing something. It's a bad thing. I don't know if I could go to bed at 7. I wake up, so 9 o'clock is my time that I get up. That's my gift to myself. That I hate early mornings. So my boundary is that's my sleep in. So don't ask me to do anything before 9. I won't do nothing before 9.
I love that. And that's the way your life is set up so you can, so your boundary is essentially not before mine and mine is not after 7.
Yeah.
So everybody's lifestyle is different. I think that's perfect.
I think that's okay.
Yeah. That's definitely okay.
But I wish I could wind down and go to sleep and relax at 7
I'm up at 3 a.m. though.
Ooh.
Yeah. 3, 4 max.
Oh.
Yo, and I've never ever in my life been a morning person. And you know how you read those books and successful people are up at, and I was like, I'm never gonna do that. I do that now though.
Baby, that's a crock. talking about you can't be successful.
Oh, you
don't
could.
get in. Wake
You
up
for
early.
sure could be successful without waking up
It's
early.
gonna be 3 a.m. somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely 3 a.m. in Tokyo.
You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Just because I get up at 9
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's not an earlier time somewhere else.
Yeah. I think though the idea is that your level of productivity,
That's it.
you've started.
What are you doing
sooner.
in the amount of time
Yeah.
that you are awake?
Yeah.
You know how productive you are. And so I've learned to minimize distractions. I've learned, I use and utilize the quadrants from Stephen Covey's 7 Principles of Highly Effective People. So that's what I use in order to organize my day. So I simply draw a big plus in the middle of a paper, and I put what's most important, what is urgent and important. Well, urgent and important but not urgent, not important but I need to do it, and then things that's on my list that is neither here nor there, but I know I got to do it.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yes, and so all of those urgent things take priority. Right? And urgent is not, it used to be, Malika, hey girl, can you help me? Like, this is important, like right now. And what I've learned is that their emergency had become mine. And so it filled my day with a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't productive to what I was doing. So I had to learn to filter between those things and make sure that productivity was top tier when it came to my business.
You ever heard that quote, your lack of planning is not my emergency?
Yeah.
Definitely. That's definitely
definitely
one of those things. Yeah. That makes sense.
I had to gain a different sense of self-discipline when it came to supporting people, because I'm a servant at heart.
That part.
Right? And so I want to serve.
That's why you need boundaries.
I want to be able to help people. That's why boundaries are important.
That's why. I talk about that too in my book. I talk about boundaries. And because a lot of times the thing that we struggle with as bonus parents or stepmoms, my daughter don't call me her stepmom and I don't call her my stepdaughter, but that's my role. And so a lot of times you don't really understand your role. Yeah. So to navigate that, you have to create boundaries, because it's like something it's like another dimension. I'm not lying to you, because it's like you're expected to be like a biological parent and do all of the things of a biological parent, and then it's like you're supposed to know when you're supposed to step back. In the midst of trying to navigate that, I had to figure out where to draw the line, where to step in, where to step back, where to shift my focus. That's a lot of what I talk about in the book. Because even as a biological mother, you have to figure out when you have to put the energy on you. Because a lot of times we're like sacrificial lambs and everything is about the child. Everything is about the child. Well, the mom also needs to be healthy in order for the child to be able to have the best experience. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to have affirmations in there. You have to remember who you are in order to be able to impart that and enrich your children. So
Yes. And we can apply that even, so when you speak about when it applies to our children, but even in our business, right? That's super important. That's super important. Let's talk about boundaries in your business.
Girl, how about when people want an immediate response to something and you're like, I have this to do. Like, I don't think people understand that sometimes they don't understand that you're not my only customer, so I can't stop and respond to you immediately. Like give me a 24-hour turnaround. So things like that I think are important to incorporate boundaries. What kind of boundaries do you think you have to?
I think my boundary is our price is our price.
That's tea. That's tea.
And why is it always people that know you that feel like you're supposed to give them a discount?
And pay the full price for strangers.
And I think that if I had a 9 to 5 outside of what I do, but I'm full-time entrepreneur. So when I release a price. It has to be the price, because if you don't pay, I don't eat.
That part.
Like, simple as that. If you don't pay, I don't eat. So I have to cater my business to those who are willing to pay and see my work.
Absolutely.
Right? And sometimes it's disappointing when it's people that you feel should or have said, I'm going to be in support of what you do, but when it comes down to the rollout of your price list, it's oh, that's too much, or that's high, or you see them go to someone else for a lesser price, but always ask you to fix the issue after.
Yeah. Another thing that I've seen that kind of not much irritates me, but it kind of like raised an alarm, was, you remember that time when Fashion Nova was delaying a bunch of orders?
Yes.
And people were talking about it and like, oh, my order hasn't come in.
Yeah.
But you waited 2 months to get this order from Fashion Nova.
And they still shop at
and
Fashion Nova.
And you still shop there. It's like if a black-owned business does the slightest thing off, you write them off instantly. That is a pet peeve.
No grace.
Because what is that about? What is that about?
I don't know. I truly believe that it was already an intent.
Mm-hmm.
It was already an intent, you know?
Yeah.
And that was just an outlet.
Yeah. Subconsciously, we already have a bias about shopping with us anyway. Yeah. We're indoctrinated to have those biases. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I support black-owned business.
Same.
I will support black-owned
100%.
business. But what I don't support is poor customer service.
Absolutely not.
I can't do it.
No.
I cannot do it.
Being a servant, you can't respect it. Like
I can't.
I'm here to, like, I come from hospitality. I come from serving. I come from loving my neighbor as, what's the golden rule? Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
The platinum rule is treat people the way they want to be treated. And then, you know, the hood is like, treat people how they treat you.
Yeah.
But we're not doing that. So, yeah.
Not doing that.
I come from treat others the way you want to be treated. And I want to be treated well.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pay you to treat me bad.
I'm not.
It's not happening.
That's where my grace, it doesn't run out, but I'm, you know, hey, let's talk about it. I've talked about people.
Boundaries happen.
That's where the boundaries happen. I've talked to people though. I've said, you know, if you get more bees with honey, don't treat people any kind of way. And I'm just letting you know, for future customers, like, don't burn those bridges. So yeah.
Well, that is life as a woman and boundaries. What are your boundaries? Let's talk about it.
Get your bags packed. It's time to just trip with KB. From dreamy beaches to bustling cities, KB Fantasies LLC makes your travel planning easy, affordable, and unforgettable. Solo trips, couples getaways, family vacations, or group adventures, we've got you covered. Let KB take you places you've only imagined. Book now and start tripping with KB today.
We're back at the Trulogy podcast with Theia T, and we just finished talking about life as a woman and our boundaries. And now we're going to talk a little bit about identity. You know, when I was planning for this show, I wanted to make sure that these conversations would be deep, that they would be real, like girlfriend talk, right? And you and I have conversations on the phone, and we've reached some real depth in our conversations. And I felt at times, man, we should have recorded this, you know, and I wanted to be able to relive some of those moments, because there are things that you say that I really could connect to, that I really understand, because I've been through specific things. I can relate to it. You can't relate to something that you haven't been through. You could kind of imagine what it would be like, but when you really go through something and experience it on your own, you understand it better. You know how to support it differently. And so we're going to talk a little bit about identity and self-discovery. You know, I watched you blossom. Okay, I watched you go from sometimes looking a little unsure, or that could have been cautious, okay, to you being more bolder. I heard your steps louder and your presence became more prominent, right? From watching you on Facebook to hearing you speak to you walking in a room, it looked different from when I first met you. And so I know that there's some things that may have occurred in your life, like in all of our lives, that was a turning point to all of that. Let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay. First, thank you for acknowledging that. That's very encouraging, because it's definitely a move of God. I would like to remain in the shadows and not really be seen like that, but I do understand that He's doing the work, and most of, if not all of, what we experience is for other people. There's a lot of times where I have gone through something and I have a conversation with someone and I'm encouraging them, not knowing what they've been through, and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that, because you didn't have to. You know what I mean? So I think that I'm grateful to God for that He uses me in that way. And you never know when it's gonna happen, but I'm glad I'm not on His strongest soldiers list right now. I think He's giving me some grace, because I feel like divorce, motherhood, heartbreak, all those things at one point felt like they were going to kill me. Okay?
Oh yeah, we could talk about that divorce thing.
Yeah. It felt like it was the end of something, and it is. It's a death of a family.
Yeah.
But when something ends, that's an opportunity for something else.
You better say it loud.
To begin.
You better say
And
it.
so I'm not a embarrassed divorcee. I don't even claim to be a divorcee. I'm single. And I have no issues with being a single woman. I enjoy singlehood.
What do you love the most about being single?
Girl, I love, you know what I love? I love that I can prioritize me. I feel like I'm just now learning me for real. And so I have the opportunity to be like, what is Theia like? Instead of being like, what's going to make this person happy? What do I have to suppress in order to make this person feel comfortable? And a lot of times in relationships, it's a lot of compromise on the woman's side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because you don't want to be too vocal and be too bold, so to speak, because then it doesn't appear to be feminine. And I've heard everything like, oh, you think you're the leader, you're the boss, or no, I'm bossing me. I'm learning me. I'm doing what makes me feel happy, of course, under the guidance of God, because I want Him to be happy overall. But I love that for me. Like this is pretty much the first time in life where I felt like I'm navigating my own experience with God. I'm leaning on God's guidance. Yeah, and I just love that. Like if somebody says, hey Theia, again, 7 p.m. you can stay up a little bit later so that I can take you out. Unfortunately, no, I can't. I'm going to sleep.
So you turn down dates at 7?
Oh my goodness, do I? Absolutely.
I love that.
You can anytime before 7, I'm free.
Girl, I'm enjoying this conversation.
Me too.
I really am.
It's a good one.
It is. I want to talk about how women protect their peace. Like, how do you protect your peace without feeling guilty? You know, like, that's your peace. 7 p.m., I'm going to bed. Now, somebody laying on really thick and they really want to hang out, and you say no. Do you ever feel guilty about that?
I'm still a very much so fighting people pleaser. You know, I'm a recovering people pleaser. So I have felt guilt before. But not to the level in which I would break my boundary.
still go to bed at 7.
I'm still going to bed at 7. I'm not going to lie. I may have 7:15, 7:30 a time or two.
Yeah.
Max, for real. But no, I think a person that makes me feel guilty about a boundary, of course, a boundary that's surrounding my wellness.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a better person if I can get these hours of sleep. I'm a healthier person.
Yeah.
Whoever God has for me wants me to be my healthiest, best version of myself. So I can't feel guilty about, you can't make me feel guilty about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm literally getting between 6.5 to 8 hours of sleep, never 8 hours, by going to sleep at 7. So
because you get up at 3.
because I get up before 3. I'm at work for 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've never been a morning person, and that's what boundaries have helped me become a morning person, because I've never in my life asked my mom. She had to throw water in my face to get up for 7 o'clock for school.
Girl, you my new hero.
I'm so serious. I got up this morning. I didn't have work this morning. I got up this morning at 3:30.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we don't change that subject because there is no way.
Girl,
I can't do it.
yeah,
Okay, I go to the bathroom at 3.
yeah.
But sometimes I'm going to sleep at 3. So wake up at 3.
Girl, I'll be so upset with you trying to make me go to sleep at 3.
Baby.
Yeah.
So,
No
okay.
Guilt, no guilt about that.
Let's talk about, okay, so those boundaries and you putting your foot down and saying, this is what I'm going to do. And under no circumstance am I going to be shaken with what I want to do. I commend you for that, for holding that ground and setting that boundary. For yourself, I love that for you.
Yeah.
I love that for you. But why do you think that women sometimes let their guard down?
I think that we are relational.
Especially too soon.
Yeah, I think we're relational, and we all have the desire to be loved or for partnership or for community in some capacity. And when you feel like that is near, you want to accept it. Like, I'm not removed from that. I definitely want partnership. I definitely desire marriage and a relationship. So sometimes
Tell me about a time. Tell me about a time that wasn't a good experience, that you let your boundaries down too soon. I know for me, my last marriage, I was never supposed to get married.
Mhm.
I know I wasn't supposed to get
Mhm.
married. I knew in that moment that we were not compatible, right? But I ignored it because it was good while it was good.
Mhm.
And then it got bad while it was good.
Yeah.
And then it got worse while it got bad.
Yeah, worse than that.
Oh, and then worse than that. And then, bam, fast forward, then I went through that phase that I had to get to know myself all over again, because what I realized is I had lost myself in the process. The things that I loved to do, I didn't set any boundaries. I always heard something negative anytime I did things that I really wanted to do. Or I would be afraid to mention some of the things in fear of it not being received well or dubbed down or something. I didn't feel well supported. Now I'm sitting here saying a whole lot of bad things. There were good things too that came out of it, that was in that marriage, or else it wouldn't have lasted for the time that it did. But just because something feels good in the moment doesn't mean that it needs to be till death do us part, or that you need to put a title on it and say, this is my significant other, this is my boyfriend, this is my fiance, or whatever it is. Maybe that's just somebody that you're supposed to get to know and be a friend.
Yep.
And I truly believe that that sometimes women let their guards down, because for me, in my thought process, is because, like you said, wanting to have acceptance and wanting to, you said it was relational, but also I think self-confidence has something to do with that to some degree. I'm not saying that's your story, but that's what I've seen in observing a lot of women. And when I think about myself, when that happened, I don't think I was the very best version of myself. So to some degree, I accepted something into my life when there was a deficiency going on with me. Right? And so how can you relate to that?
I can 100% relate to that. I think that when you settle for less, you get even less than what you have settled for. And so I believe that you should set non-negotiables in order to avoid just accepting anything. A lot of times in situations that you're not supposed to be in, there's a difference between temporary and forever. And so, like you said, everybody enters our life for a specific thing. I call it, people be like, oh, you took a L, you took a loss. No, I took a lesson. I learned something from that, and it was supposed to be in the time frame that it was to teach me what it needed to teach me. And if I don't learn the lesson, I repeat it and pick somebody else just like that person, and that's happened as well. I picked up the same, is a different, human, a different body, a different name, same characteristics, and it's because whatever's in me hasn't learned the lesson and hasn't healed. And so, for sure, I can relate to that. For sure.
And what would you say to any woman who may be experiencing that sort of separation anxiety? Sometimes we will accept things into our lives that is not good for us. We know that it's not good for us, but you stay out of comfort, I would say, but some are bold enough to say, I need me back. What would you say to somebody who is dealing with that situation where they have lost themselves, they're trying to figure things out, they don't know which direction to go, and they feel like it's a turning point in their life and something different needs to happen? What would you say to them?
I would say
what was your ammo?
You for sure, there needs to be a course of action. You can't just sit there in that. And I think that for me, before my last relationship ended, I was experiencing grief already, because I could see the separation and I could see where the paths weren't aligned. And so I just had to, at some point, accept that and ask God to turn my grief into something great. And as I went through the process, I couldn't go back on my boundaries. I don't know if I should say this, but
say it.
I made a decision to live with someone that was not my husband in a time where I'm choosing to be celibate. So how can that turn out? You know what I mean? You're putting yourself in a position. The Bible says to abstain all appearances of evil. Even though I was not physically having sex, I still put myself in a situation to where those things could happen, right? And so I feel like I was setting myself up to have not a great experience. So, at this point in time in my life, since I've gone through the entire process, I've asked God to turn my grief, and He has. He's turned my grief into gratitude, because He showed me what it would look like if you continue to go down that path, if you continue to overstep your boundaries, if you continue to act as if you don't know the right thing that you should be doing. You know what I mean? And so I would say awareness, trust in God, lean on Him, because our feelings, girl, what the Bible say about our feelings? Our feelings will, what's that scripture? I always tell my friends, because they always say, oh, I feel, it's like our feelings are, our heart is deceitful. That's what it is. Your heart is deceitful. So my feelings will take me all around the world and back, but I have to go back to what I know to be right, what I know to be truth. And so that's what I would recommend people do.
Tell me what you love so much about being single at this
Girl,
time?
I love being able to get up and decide what my day's supposed to look like. I love being able to have you ever done like written down what the perfect life for you looks like? Like
Mhm.
if every day you could choose to live a certain way, what would that look like?
Yeah.
So essentially I've written that down, and every day or every other day or every week I try to implement something from that list, because I can't have everything. You know what I can't wake up on the yacht right now
Yeah.
in Italy
Right.
off an island.
Maybe that sure would be nice.
Girl, it's on the way. But
Italy.
right now, today, I can't do that. But what I can do is wake up and drink lemon water with chia seeds, and start my day with prayer and go for a walk and watch the sunrise. Like, I enjoy being the Thea that I envision,
Yeah.
and implementing the things that I have, the tools that I have, implementing them in order to work towards that life. I enjoy that, because like when you're in a relationship, depending on what kind of woman you are, you're going to shift to whatever that man's purpose and goal is. And I've never been in a space where I can just do Thea. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so finally, you could just do Thea.
I can just do Thea.
Yeah. So whenever it's time for that significant other, you'll be ready to share that space.
Absolutely.
Willingly
I'll
space.
be prepared too.
Be prepared.
Yeah, and that's important to me, because I want to add value everywhere I go. So,
baby, she's dropping nuggets after nugget after nugget right here at the Trulogy podcast. Stay tuned and listen up for more, because Thea is hot, honey.
Looking for a creative space to make your vision real? Truth Telling Studios in Baton Rouge is your one-stop spot for podcasting and photography. With pro-level recording gear, a sleek photo area, and on-site support, we make it easy to create content that stands out. Record, shoot, and publish all under one roof. Truth Telling Studios, where bold voices and powerful visuals begin. Book your session today.
So we're back at the Trulogy podcast with Theia T, and we're having such an amazing conversation, honey. We have dug deep into boundaries, life as a woman, self-discovery, like identity, all of the things. We just having a whole vibe here.
It's a blast.
A whole blast.
Thank you again for having me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little about purpose and faith, as we come to the end of this podcast taping. I think that it's very imperative and very important for us to touch on that, because I know you're a lover of God, right? And you've made mention of your faith multiple times throughout this episode. And it seems as though you're applying God to everything, including your brand for your lashes. Yeah. I've heard you say affirmations. I heard you say, daily prayer. Like, you're really walking and living the life that God designed you to live. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very beautiful that you're taking a stand to be bold to do that, And there's so many women that compromises faith, just to be fitting, to fit in a place that they don't belong, for that moment. And then in that place comes a lot of hurt and disappointments and frustrations. We've all been there.
For sure.
Right? But sometimes I feel like those frustrations, those hurts, those disappointments, and those misfortunes, to me, sometimes they should have occurred in our life, because those are the things that help us to blossom and grow and be well groomed for the next, right? And so people come down on others whenever they make mistakes or, not necessarily make the best decisions. Well, we know that our lives are not going to be perfect. And instead of looking at those things as all negative, what I've learned is to apply what came out of that which is good, take out the good, chew up the meat, spit out the bones, right? And there's always something good that could come out of every bad situation.
For sure.
And so, with that being said, in my belief that from pain, purpose can come out of it, what are your thoughts?
100%. Pain has a purpose. Like, I can recall instances, even my motherhood experience, that at one point was painful to me. I felt lost. I felt alone. I felt like I didn't have anybody who really understood what I was experiencing, and I realized that was I needed to have that experience in order to encourage other women.
Yeah.
Because how can I tell you about how to navigate this if I never had that experience? Of course, at the moment, I'm not thinking, oh, I want to help everybody. I'm thinking, why is this happening? You know what I mean? That was me. But that, even with Seaux Leaux Beauty, I've lacked confidence many times. Like you said, even when you're choosing relationships, sometimes you have a deficiency. And I know other women experience that. So let's work on that. Yeah. Let's work on the inner. Let's work on the outer. Even one time I was flat broke. I had a partner, and I looked around and I was like, "There's no way possible." I was working multiple jobs. That's how I got into short-term rentals, because I used to like to travel a lot. And at one point I couldn't travel. Yeah. So I said, you know what? When I was traveling, I wanted a safe space, a comfortable space. I decided to go into short-term rentals. Not only did it help me financially, but it also created a safe space for a bunch of single women. They were just, I can show you the reviews. They're like, oh my God, I love Theia so much. It was, I felt so safe there. I felt so comfortable. So it was all of those pain points that allowed for a purpose to be birthed. Yeah. And so 100%, like in James, where it says the testing of your faith builds character. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great reference.
Yeah.
It's a great reference. So, each year I do an event, and this will be the third year for Pink on Purpose.
Yeah.
And the ultimate goal is to raise awareness in people who feel lost, confused, misled, or who have actually been through a bad experience on the path to getting aligned with their purpose. And so that could become discouraging, to have a goal in mind, or have a dream or desire or vision for something, and you're speaking it loudly and there's no one stepping up to help you. Right? And so it's been near and dear to my heart to be able to pour into women that way, to say, hey, come here. I heard you. Meet Theia. Theia, this is so and so. Theia can help you, right? How much did that cost us? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so I want to thank you for being visible during my very first Pink on Purpose. I will never ever forget that you were a huge supporter of that. You and your daughter raved about how much she enjoyed it. She had the biggest smile on her face, and I really appreciated it. And things like that really gave me the ammunition to push through and do the second year. And although this year I struggled in whether or not I would have it, it's something inside of me that wouldn't allow me to not. My daughter is having her first baby on October 15th. Is her due date. Right. And
Grandma?
So, yes. So I'm super excited about, that she's going to deliver in October. However, I am planning around the birth of the delivery of the first grandbaby by her. And so I don't want to miss that. I don't want any challenges to occur where I would be there. That's the kind of life that I live, that I would be there and she's going to go into labor while I'm there. So to avoid all of that, I blocked out the entire month of October. We're not going to do it in October, and the plan is for us to have a tea in November.
Beautiful.
And so I am going to look forward to having you there this year with your brand, and to see the new Theia T. Right? And maybe perhaps we can get you to talk to our ladies to let them know, what did you do to rebrand yourself? And I'm not speaking of Seaux Leaux Beauty. I'm speaking of Theia. So as we come to a close, I want you to look at the camera and I want you to pour out your heart and talk to that young woman who's ready to give up on herself, that young woman who feels that there's nobody there for her, that young woman that feels like she's in a dead-end relationship, but that she's stuck, that young woman that feels like she can't do anything right, she has very little faith and no support.
Okay. So to that young woman, first and foremost, I am you. You are me. We've all had that experience in life, but our feelings are not facts. You need to lean into what the facts are, and that's what God says about you. He says that you are beautiful. He says that you are his daughter. He says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He said that you are made for such a time as this. And so what I would encourage you to do is get in that, like, lean on that and know that that is the truth about who you are. And you can overcome anything. If I could overcome the traumas that I've experienced, if I can overcome divorce, if I can overcome heartbreak, if I can overcome abandonment, so can you. I'm no different. I bleed the same blood. And at the end of the day, all it takes is you taking one step forward. Even if you fail, you're going to fail forward. So the only way to not succeed is if you do nothing and you sit there in it. So
yeah, I heard someone say, nothing beats a failure except
to try. That's right.
Yes.
My dad always says that. Yeah.
So that's good stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Trulogy podcast today. I just don't want the episode to end. So we're going to definitely have to bring you back one day soon. Part two. If you want to see part two, make sure you drop your comments in the comment box. Also, follow Theia T on all social media platforms. Feel free to DM her. Definitely get you some lashes, get you a book. If you need a guest speaker or someone to support you, love on you, she's definitely a great candidate for that as well. Sure. You saw her here on the Trulogy podcast. We love you. God bless you. And just remember, be true to yourself. What is your Trulogy? Tell your story. Bye.